Don't you love case studies? I just love them. It's the real data. And what you're gonna see now is actually the best converting ads of the top 1% of Shopify stores, and also the best ads of $100 million spent. So without further ado, let's see what Travis has analyzed and how you should run your ads.
Hello and welcome to the $100 million ad creative study with your host, me, Travis Chambers, and we're going to go over the 7 proven ad types that scale e-commerce revenue. And I don't want this to be taken lightly because I have spent about $150,000 in machine learning and data science, human labor, to identify these insights, and I'm going to share with you today. I have never before shared them, so buckle up. I'm serious, guys. I'm bringing it all for Ad World. I'm not holding anything back, so get ready. So who am I? I started Chamber Media 7 years ago. We're an agency that makes large production video ads, and we also do ad buying as well, and creative and production, all of that. We've drove over 600 million in tracked sales. We're cranking out over 3,000 live action videos per month. We've got 100 employees full-time in-house, got in-house DPs, colorists, motion graphics artists, editors, ad buyers, creatives, writers, you name it. 12,000 square feet of studios, 3 stages, and to my knowledge, we have made the most social ads in the world, and especially the most anchor ads, which is like the longer kind of Dollar Shave Club style videos. We've made over 150 of those, and just in the last year alone, we made over 20,000 live action social ads. Now, why does that matter to you? Because for the last 7 years, every single ad that we've made, we have put into a database that's called the brain. And we've analyzed and mined those ad creatives for you, for this moment in time. This is the most developed that we've ever gotten with this study. But we've worked with Mann and Matthews, Russell Brunson. We run all of ClickFunnels ads and make all his videos. I'm on set directing Russell every month. We worked with Laura Clary, JP Sears, Penn Holderness, Danny Trejo, Brian Baumgartner from The Office, Kevin from The Office, have all been in our ads. And we've worked with Tuft & Needle, Potbelly Sandwich, ClickFunnels, Fabletics. We're doing shoots for Fabletics, Nordic Track, Credit Repair, Transparent Labs, Sunny Flowers, and all sorts of different brands. So just so you guys know that before we dive in, hey, is this really credible? Does this guy really know what he's talking about? Well, Trevor Hiltbrand, Transparent Labs, we've worked with for 3 years. He said that we literally made him personally millions of dollars, so that's great. And then Mr. Cool, we took them from 10 to $100 million in 3 years, and here he says our sales are up over 50% year over year, not even to mention the response to the videos. So this is, I just want you guys to realize, anybody can do this. If you put enough time and enough effort at learning how to make good creative, you can become a good creative. And just look at me. This is about 2011. I'm in college. I'm a confused young man. And I say I'm confused because I'm wearing a puka shell necklace. And apparently I didn't have anyone in my circle to tell me to not wear a puka shell necklace. But the reason I'm showing you this is that if I can do it, being a pretty average IQ guy, you could figure it out too. And I am going to help you get there. So a few years ago, I was flying around the country and I was speaking at conferences, and I was just trying every single thing I could do to drum up business. And you know, every business does this. It's trying to get press features, trying to get notoriety, trying to just get the awareness out there. And I was exhausted. I was flying all over the place, networking, presenting, and it was exhausting. And I felt like, God, I wish I could just automate my revenue. And then a light bulb went off. We are an ad buying and video marketing company. Why don't we make ads for ourselves like we do for our clients? And stop being the doctor who smokes. And so we put down the cigs and we did it. We made our own ads, and we went from 20 to 100 employees in the last year alone. How crazy is that? And I'm going to show you how we did it. But you're going to have to stick around and get on the edge of your seat, because I'm about to show you some stuff. How we went from $3 million in revenue to $12 million a year Now, everything I'm going to share today is applicable to all businesses, service businesses, B2B, local restaurants, consumer goods, home improvement, everything. We have got at least 5 or 6 clients in every single category, software, apps, across the board. We're working in it. And I've got insights for all of you. So, how do we do it? How do we make this happen? Well, we built something called The Brain. And when I talked about, we put about 150 grand into labor to build this thing and to pull all this research, it's this brain database. And I'm going to explain it to you later on in the presentation. But what happened with the brain is we were able to take our success rate with the ad creatives that we make from a 50% to an 80% success rate. So before the brain, only about half of our ad creatives performed. Now, 80% of our ad creatives performed. And so we're able to be much more cost efficient when we're producing, and we're able to make stuff that has a higher likelihood to convert. I'm going to show you some quick case studies, okay? We started working with Lifesaver Pool Fence. They were very dependent on old school, kind of like 1990s style regional sales reps. We came in and we helped them with the DIY product that didn't require reps or installation. We were able to scale them to 5 million, from $1 million to 5 million. Transparent Labs, we took from 2 million to 24 million in 2 years, maintaining a 20% net profit margin consistent in the founder's pocket with over 5-to-1 ROAS, 6-figure a month ad spend, and they sold for a $10 million, a pretty good multiple on their EBITDA, and that's a Cinderella story right there. Mr. Cool, we took from 10 to 167 million in 3 years. If you can believe that, pretty crazy. They did 100 million this year, and we are their only marketing partner that they're working with. And this is all through social ads, Google ads, Facebook, Google, Pinterest, Instagram ads, if you can believe that. Google Display, all sorts of Google stuff too. Piperwise, Shark Tank, they were dependent on these reruns. But what happens with Shark Tank reruns? Well, they slow down, and sales slow down. We came in, we created an automated acquisition program using social ads. We were able to lift their retail sales by 250% with social ads. And we were able to drive $2 million in online sales. And that's for a $12 stick of deodorant. Pretty incredible. We're working with Russell Brunson. For every dollar we're spending, we're getting $4 out for ClickFunnels. And that's for all sorts of, we're doing videos for his books, for ClickFunnels itself, for all sorts of offers. And so that's my goal for you guys, is that today we could share insights that help you to put in $1 and get out $4 out of your social ads. And as iOS and ATT and the privacy and the look back window with clicks is getting more and more difficult, creative is your friend. Creative is your friend. So I'm telling you, any company of any size can have success with social video ads. So the hard way is just guessing on your creative, just making ads for the sake of making ads, hope that you're doing the right thing, wasting on money that creative will never work, only running low funnel ads, maybe you're only running image ads or you're just running UGC, and spending too little too slow. That's the problem I see everyone making. But here's a better way. Making ads that are proven to work. I'm going to show you exactly what kind of ads you can make without working with us or ever even calling us or anything. I'm going to show you what kind of ads you can make on your own that are proven to work. And not by my opinion, but by $50 million in ad spend that we've analyzed. So you can spend confidently with full funnel strategy and then read the attribution correctly and scale. I'm just saying, could you imagine if you could spend $50,000 a month on ads and drive $200,000 in sales? That's a 4-to-1. That's a 4-to-1 return. Or imagine if you could spend $500,000 a month in ads, like a bunch of our clients are, and get $2 million in sales a month. That would be pretty great. So, what are we going to learn today? 1, the findings from our study of 50,000 ads from the top 1% of Shopify stores and 100 million in ad spend of our own ads. I'm going to explain to you what that means. It's going to blow you away. I hope. It's my humble opinion that it'll blow you away. 2, you're going to learn the 7 ad types that are getting the most performance. 3, the ideal video length for the top 7 ad types. And 4, findings on copywriting, such as grade level, keywords, phrases, structure, and more. So here's the big moment you've all been waiting for. The data from the brain. Okay, guys? We took... I can't tell you how we did it. It's a little saucy, but we went and we looked at all the top ads of the top 2,000 Shopify stores, okay? These are the most elite e-commerce brands on the planet. We took every single piece of creative that they're running currently, and we put it into a machine learning database. And we filtered it. We add meta tags, descriptions of what's in the video manually. We ran it through AI platforms to analyze what's happening in the video, how long they are, the pacing, all that stuff. And what we did is we took the top 1%, the top 1% performers. Now we've got formulas and some sorcery on how to figure out which ads are getting the most sales in order to identify the top 1%. And we did it because we have 50,000, sorry, we got 50 million in spend of our own ads. So we're able to compare the metrics and performance metrics of our videos on certain data sets. We're able to compare those to the top 1% of Shopify ads. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. That's what this whole thing's about. And this is the outcome. We categorized over 100 different types of ads, okay? Unboxing. There's 7 different ways to make an unboxing. There's stop motion animation on the top of a table. There's opening it on a doorstep. There's a spokesperson opening the box. There's tons of different ways, okay? So we took over 100 different ad types. And what we realized is that there was generally 7 categories, 7 groups of ad types that got the most performance, okay? So what this is we looked at the top 1% of all e-commerce top 2,000 Shopify store ads, and we found out what percentage of ad categories these brands are running, okay? 50% of their ad creative is product demos. 2% unboxing, 2% spokesperson, anchor videos, kind of like Dollar Shave Club style, 4% lifestyle, 20% dynamic ads, 20% social proof, and less than 1% of case studies. Now, what's really interesting is we found that there were disparities between their media mix and what was actually running. So we found out that even the best Shopify stores on the planet are running sometimes too much of one type and not enough of another type. And this gets crazier, is we did this by industry. We looked at over 12 different industries, and we found that these ad types, they completely change based on what industry you look at. It's pretty crazy, guys. This is like years in the making. I've spent a lot of nights looking at this. And I apologize if I'm a little over enthusiastic, but I'm really just so excited because when I was at Crispin Porter McGusky, which is a creative agency in LA, I was so frustrated that there was no quantitative approach. It was a bunch of people giving their opinions on what kind of creative is good and what kind of creative is bad, and they were never even testing it. And so, I started Chamber Media because I just had this really strong desire to be able to quantify creative performance. But the problem is you make the thing and you only ever find out if it works on the back end. And by then you've already made it. So you can't go back in a time capsule and decide to make something else. You have to start over and make something completely new, and the process just builds and builds and builds. And so with this research process and this approach is we kind of figured out how to tell the future. Now, it still requires art, humanity, experience. Robots are not going to build this stuff, but now we know from a pattern and framework perspective what kind of ad types need to be made. Okay? So, what we found is that a spokesperson ad encompassed all 7 of these types of ads. Okay, so we've been making anchor videos for 7 years now. So that's where you have a spokesperson, it's a big production, it might be funny, it might be relatable, it moves fast, they're talking directly to you, just like Old Spice. Just the pioneers of this anchor video were Old Spice and Dollar Shave Club. And they're talking directly to camera, and there's a problem, and there's a solution, and there's testimonials, and there's case studies, unboxings, there's lifestyle, and what we found in the everything ad is that every kind of ad is just put into one. And so it's an everything ad. It resonates with everybody. And that's why we make them. Okay, so what is an everything ad? It's a strong story and narrative. It's usually 1 to 2 minutes long. It's spokesperson with a fast pace, has a very rigid conversion architecture to keep your attention, multiple calls to action, has actors, sets, props, strong engagement mechanics, and high production value, okay? We're just gonna watch a little bit of this video that we did with
Allow me
Tuft
to
and Needle.
introduce you to the mattresses from Tuft and Needle with an amazing customer review from somebody who returned a mattress. This is Christine. Hi, Christine returned her Tuft and Needle mattress. I did, and now she's in a Tuft and Needle commercial.
Okay, so there's the case study.
Take it away.
Tuft & Needle's customer support team is incredible.
There's the testimonial.
One of the Mint personally business with. And not only that, returns
There's the production
are donated
value.
to charity.
Thanks, Christine. So if you want the mattress that's even loved by the haters, go to tn.com right now.
Here's another
this
case
jar
study.
is filled with stars representing all the reviews for a competing mattress company.
Also a product
Pretty
demo.
Big deal, right? Wrong. This even bigger jar represents all the reviews that Tuft & Needle has received. Yeah, there's
Visualizing
over 8,000
the
of them.
problem.
Our mattresses are as affordable as they are comfortable, much as the next 5 biggest competitors combined. Let me explain that.
Product
vision.
comparison.
If we take that proportion and apply it to 24 Amazon reviewers, 6 reviewers would be competitors, while the other 18 reviewers would be Tuft & Needle. Or I could tell
Okay,
you why you don't
product
need all
demo.
the expensive bells and whistles from the other mattresses. But why would I bore you with
Lifestyle.
the technical details when all
Look
you
at all
care
these
about is
people
waking up rested?
snoozing.
Good question.
This is what
I
you
won't,
could feel like
because
if you
Tuft &
laid on
Needle
a
reviews
Tuft &
speak for
Needle.
themselves. So all you have to do is sleep on your decision. 95 out of 100
Okay.
people keep their Tuft & Needle mattress. And since you can't sleep on it right this
Closer.
second, you'll just
Closer
have
ad.
to trust what over 80,000 people have
With
to
the
say
hun-
about
the
the most
return
loved
guarantee.
mattress in the world. Right? And we'll stick to selling comfortable, affordable, amazingly reviewed mattresses that help the world wake
Okay.
up better.
So you get it. Okay, that's the everything ad. Let's move on. All right, so there's an old way of doing this and there's a new way of doing this. And the old way is that you have a really website heavy funnel. So you have really cheap ads and you're trying to get the cheapest traffic you can to your website. And then you're trying to get people sold with your website. Now the problem is people don't really like to read, and websites are not really the best way to get information to people. Audio, visual, video is the best way to get people to understand and to get them persuaded. And so you get the old ways, you get your cheap traffic to this website. You're trying to get the website doing all the work, which is not very effective. And then you're trying to capture their information so that you can put them in a funnel and basically bother them forever. Now that's fine, that's important. We still got to do the funnel thing, but the new school way is a video funnel. So you're instead of them seeing an image ad and then clicking to your website, now they're seeing a 1 minute or a 1.5 minute ad, or they're seeing 4 different 20-second ads over a week period in a sequence. And so by the time they've seen all of this, they're bought in. So they go to your website and they're ready to buy. They don't need to sit on your website and talk themselves out of it. And Mr. Cool, for example, we actually did over $50 million driving directly to their product page. So imagine that, $1,500 extremely complicated product that takes 6 hours to install yourself. And people are watching a 3-minute video and they're buying on the checkout product page. Product page, checkout, boom. They're not going through this long scroll funnel-oriented thing that you normal logic would say is important. So now your funnel is more about getting people to purchase and reorder rather than just trying to get them to purchase once. Now, just remember, views are cheaper than clicks. You may spend 5 cents per view, but clicks could cost you $1.20. And so if you're paying for people to click to your website who are never going to buy because they haven't been qualified through your ad creative, you're wasting a lot of money. It's cheaper to have them watch and qualify themselves out and to continue scrolling on. So I'm going to tell you our secret weapon. I'm going to talk to you about our secret weapon. So imagine that you have, you're filming the Titanic, the movie, okay? You've now created the most expensive movie of all time, extremely labor intensive, and then you just went on Fiverr. You went on Fiverr to hire someone to make the movie poster. That's what happens when you make a great product and a great e-commerce website and a great brand, and then you go and you put out some crap creative. It's like this. It looks like this. You don't want to be this. You don't want to be these guys. You don't want to represent the highest grossing film of all time with this guy with the dangle on the undercarriage. You don't want that. Okay? And a lot of us are doing that. Okay? It's like having a Ferrari and giving it this paint job. Why would you do that? You wouldn't do that. You wouldn't. It's nonsense. It's like throwing the Super Bowl and having your 12-year-old nephew's band play at the Super Bowl. You're not gonna do that. It's like having Nickelback at the Super Bowl. And I want you to take a quick look at yourself and say, am I making the Nickelback of ad creative? You really need to think about this. Are you doing your brand justice with the kind of creative that you're running? Okay? Enter the Chamber Brain. Okay? The analytics platform that shows us the top 1% of ads. Here's a sneak peek. No one outside of the walls of Chamber Media has ever seen inside of this. And a matter of fact, we have spent so much time and so many years and so much money building this, I finally feel like I can show it to the public. Because if somebody's going to replicate this, it's going to take them a really long time to figure it out. But as you can see, with the brain, we have all these parameters, okay? I can look, okay, over 50,000 ads that have been codified by the product price. How much is the product? We went through every single product page to find out what the price is. What kind of ad type is it? We got over 100 different ad types in 7 different categories. We have scored every single one of these ads. How many likes does it have? How long is it? Length is very important, and I'm going to show you guys some insights. Classifications. Types of editing. Is it page verified or not? What kind of comments do we have? Okay. Is it top 5%? Is it top 1? Is it top 10% performer? What was the revenue generated? Okay, this is all the stuff that we pulled because we felt like it was so extremely important for us to finally crack this mystery of how do you know what to make? How can you stop trusting this random video bro that you picked up somewhere to know what kind of ad creative is going to... He's not going to know. He's going to have a pretty good idea. But you could go to the best creative agency on earth. You could go to creatives that are making $300,000-$400,000 a year. They're not going to know what to make. They're all just guessing. And we were guessing for a long time. But we've taken out the guesswork. Okay? So, this is an example. I told you guys that we were able to look by categories. So some of you may be in electronics. If you're in electronics, you're welcome. Take a picture of this, live your life by it. It could change your life. I'm being dead serious. I've never been so arrogant in a presentation because I'm so dang excited about how nerdy this stuff is, how insightful and useful this stuff is. Okay, so we looked at electronics. And this is what we found. We found that dynamic ads get a little bit less in performance. Okay. Now, dynamic ads, just so you guys know, a dynamic ad is basically a drop shipping type ad. it's where you've got a bunch of images and maybe some UGC videos, and they've kind of just been all thrown together, almost like it was done by an automated video tool or something, okay? That's a dynamic ad, and it is targeted based on which page they went to, which product they were interested in. Okay, now social proof, so press features, reviews, testimonials, that's what you would have in a social proof ad. That gets a 17% higher performance, okay, than the baseline. Lifestyle, 33% less effective for electronics, okay? For electronics, people just aren't as interested. Now, when I say lifestyle ad, a lifestyle ad is showing what it feels like on an emotional level to be the person who owns this product. This is what you could feel like, you could look like. It's very emotional. Doesn't work for electronics, not as good. Product demo, 15% more likely. Okay, product demo, obvious, showing the product, right? 50% of all ads are product demos. Now, spokesperson anchor is 20% more likely. It's going to have 20% better performance. Now, what's crazy is, if you remember what I showed you before, is that of the top 1% of ads, okay, these are the best ads in the world. The best marketers, best ad buyers, best writers, best creatives on the planet, only 2% of their ads are spokesperson ads. Okay? And then you look at the data for electronics, spokesperson ads get 20% better performance. Okay? Unboxing, 10%. Okay, now what about cars? What about automotive? Okay? What works better for automotive? Highly edited videos or raw cut videos? Now, I just spent 20 minutes telling you guys how important expensive production creative is, okay? It's important, but it's only a piece of the greater picture, okay? And you've got to remember, when we say highly edited videos, that's most people hodgepodging images and UGC and slapping it all together with some intern or some Fiverr guy or somebody that doesn't really know what they're doing. That's what mostly highly edited videos are, okay? Now, this data shows us that people are skeptical of these kind of like automatically edited ads with a bunch of stuff cut together. People have a little bit of resistance to it, whereas a raw cut of something, a raw testimonial, unedited, 12% more likely, 12% better performance. Okay, now jewelry. Big question. Should you send people to a home page or should you send them to a landing page? Okay, we looked at this. We looked at this 50,000 times. And remember that correlation is not always causation. I think this is more of a correlation than it is a causation. But the reality is that of the top 1% ads, if they go to a home page instead of a landing page, 28% better performance. So that goes against all conventional wisdom. Everyone's obsessed with landing pages. Well, newsflash, home pages can do very well too. So by mirroring the top 1% of Facebook ads of all time, we make sure that our social ads scale higher and much more often. It's a complete ad strategy stack. It's not about hitting the home run every time. It's about making sure we always hit the ball. Because you can't hit a home run if you never hit the ball, right? So guys, this is kind of a recap. This is a recap. You take a picture of this. This is just a brief description of each type that we call the 7 foundational ads. All right, we are the first ones to discover this, the first ones to publish this. We found this out about a year and a half ago. It's the reason we went from 20 to 100 employees. If you've got 10 employees, you can go to 100, okay? Or maybe you don't want to have employees, you want to automate everything. And if that's true, well, good for you. Congratulations. Okay, I don't have time to go through all of this. I wish I did. But we went and looked at the best performing ad type based on the product, okay? One that I thought was really interesting, men's clothing, the highest performing ad type is a spokesperson anchor, okay? Less than 4% of men's clothing brands are doing this, yet it's the top performing ad, and unboxing is the second highest performing. What does that tell you? When men are looking at buying clothes, they want an authoritative, relatable figure that they can connect with, and then they want to see it being opened. Women are different. Okay? Sorry, data says men and women are different. You can argue otherwise, but the data don't lie. Okay? Women want to see a lifestyle ad. They want to imagine what it will feel like and what their life will be like if they have this product. It's identity based. Who will I be? What will I feel? But on the complete other side of the spectrum, the next best performing is a case study, which means women are skeptical, right? And they want to see some proof. They want to see some evidence that this works. And it's probably because there are so many products out there, female products, that aren't what they say they are. And so women want to feel, they want to imagine what it feels like, and they want proof. Men want to connect with someone that they can relate with and that they can trust. Trust is the thing that men really want, and then they want to see it being open. They want the gratifying aspect of it. But if you look at all these categories like food and drink, you should be making case study ads. If you're in health and care, you should be making spokesperson anchor ads. All right, now let's dive into some of these, okay? Big insight. Running mismatched ad types is one of the top 3 budget wastes we diagnose on the brands that come to us. Every single brand that comes to us is running a disproportionate media mix on their creative every single time. And we tweak that and we see major improvements. Okay, classic example, food and drink industry. Okay, we run all of Potbelly Sandwiches ads. We've got tons of food and beverage and supplement brands. Okay, case study ads are where it's at. If you want to succeed in the food and drink industry, case studies. And when I'm talking case studies, I'm talking any type of empirical evidence, a before and after, showing the ingredients, showing published scientific studies about the ingredients, showing this fruit drying up and this one doesn't, and that shows visually what's happening. Something empirical, something visual, something that's side by side, something that's comparative based. And ingredients are very important, okay? We made an enemy out of other supplement brands' ingredients, and that was the secret in us scaling Transparent Labs. Spokesperson ads do really well, social proof, but if you're doing dynamic ads and product demos with food and drink, you're missing out. 25% of the ads in the food industry are dynamic ads, yet dynamic underperforms the rest of the ad types by 21%. It is the worst ad type in that industry, okay? Now, this is probably the most exciting thing for me because it's the most common question I get is, Travis, how long should our ads be? And I'd say, I don't know. I could tell you based on my experience. And it just so happens that our guess based on experience was pretty accurate. We've been making 90-second spokesperson ads for years. And it just so turns out 92 seconds is the ideal length in aggregate for a spokesperson ad. Case studies, 44 seconds. The shortest is dynamic retargeting ads. The reason for that is dynamic ads are usually the last low funnel ad that someone sees in a third, fourth, fifth time being retargeted. So they don't need to be very long. Dynamic ads can be closer ads, a discount, a coupon, a going out of business sale, a get it while supplies last urgency play. But social proof is longer, lifestyle is shorter, unboxing is shorter. This is big, guys. This is transformative to your business, okay? So this is how video length can mess with your ads. If you're making a 15-second product demo, average drop 16% in performance. Whereas if your product demo is 20 to 30 seconds, 16% better performance. 10-second difference in a product demo's ad creative made 1/5 of e-commerce brands lose out on a 16% boost on their product demo ads last year. The brain is full of ad sites that we've gathered, and so I've got some copywriting insights for you too. So here's some specific words and terms that always improve ad performance. Free shipping. I can't tell you how important this, guys, is. Ads that include free shipping, on average, perform 8% better in the text copy of the post. The word you, 7% likely using the word you so that people relate to them. The reserved or trademark symbol, 7% increase. An exclamation mark, creating urgency, 7% increase. But there's one discovery that we made that the brain that makes or breaks any ad. And 1 out of 10 social media ads are throwing away their ad budgets because of it. And it's grade reading level of the copy and the script. You know who figured this out? Donald Trump. Donald Trump spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on market research. And guess what he found out? His base can't read. I hate to say it. Maybe you love Trump, maybe you don't. But the greater part of America can't read good, apparently. In the United States, this is how many people have a 7th grade or lower reading level. Add it up. Over 50% of the United States can't read beyond 7th grade. I'm talking, they can't read stuff beyond like Goosebumps. I don't even know if they can read Harry Potter. I don't even know how these people are reading the Bible. I don't think they understand King James at all. I think they're lost. They don't know what the heck's going on, okay? So when you sell stuff, you got to use small words. It's how Trump won. It's how you can win, okay? 52% can't understand copy above 8th grade reading level. Dumb it down, guys. You can't be too smart for your audience. The only exception to this is if you're selling high-end jewelry, high-end cars, boats, yachts, mansions. Okay, those people have a high reading level, hopefully. Be as English and British as you want with those people. Okay? Above an 8th grade reading level, 14% drop in performance. Dumb it down to Trump speech, 14%. Minus the racial slurs. Guys, I don't have anything against him. But it's data. He knew what he was doing. He won. Okay, less than 1/10 of the top 1% of ads have a reading level above 8th grade. Okay? Dumb it down. 7th grade. That's where you're going to live from now on. Okay? Creating social ads at scale is only about being creative where we don't have data-backed facts already. So you got to take these kind of insights and inject them. What are you doing? Okay? I'm going to share one more case study. Okay? Slingshot was one of the first brands that was completely formulated creative-wise based on insights from this current iteration of the brain. They were getting a 2.5 to 1 return on ad spend after implementing creative informed by the brain, 4.4 to 1. Our ad spend per month went from 10,000 to 150,000. Now it's going up to 200 and 300. 1.4 million in sales. We doubled sales, over 22,000 conversions. And that's it. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for putting up with the intensity and maybe my crazy humor. But look, that's the way we roll here at Chamber Media. We're a little crazy, and a touch of it seems to work and get performance. Thanks for watching. I am so honored that you would take the time to make it this far into the presentation. Genuinely humbled, and thank you for your time. And go out there and make some good creative, and you can scale that company of yours. Thanks.